Let's play time. Come on, grab your friends. We'll go to very distant lands with pick in hand and mobs to kill. The fun will never end. It's Let's Play Time. Hey everyone, welcome back to Adventure Time Craft. This is episode something, 20 something? I'm not sure. I keep forgetting what episode I'm on. Anyways, last time we played Adventure Time Craft, titled it Into the Void because we went down into the void, and that's where we are today. I left off starting this building, starting what's going to be our Enderman grinder, and I've got the bottom floor done, so I'd like to show off what I have there before we begin work on the spawning pads, which, as you can see, I really don't have anything done quite yet with. So the bottom floor basically consists of over a stack of pistons. I think it's a stack and 18 pistons all around the edge here. Sticky pistons, and they've all got the glass on top of them. So if I flip the lever, all of the pistons extend, and my sound is completely off. You can't hear the beautiful noise of all those pistons extending. Oh, I love pistons. Pistons are my favorite. So, and then this kind of being the floor where I'm going to be at most of the time. This is the killing floor, essentially. This is where I'm either going to be punching the Enderman to death, or I can come up here and just collect the item drops. So the key here being that I've got this lever control, which is kind of in a bad spot right now. I need to change it. If I flip it down, you can see that it's down one more block. So basically, while it's down, Endermen that fall from the top are going to hit this and die right away. And that's going to be a problem right here. I didn't even think about that. I have to do this in order to ensure that the ender pearls that they drop don't shoot out. I didn't even think about it. But yeah, this configuration, they're just going to drop, they're going to die, and they're going to drop their ender pearls. So if I just need ender pearls, this is the setting that I'm going to leave it at most of the time. It's also set on here in order to make sure that I don't fill up with endermen, because you can get a lot of endermen very quickly. And so hopefully when we do this, the endermen do die when they hit this pad when it's set like this. Otherwise, I'm going to be in trouble. And I'm going to have to readjust everything, and that is a real pain. The last thing you want to do when you're building a system like this is have to readjust the levels. It's very important that you get your spawning pad, that first pad, in the right spot. So if I put some netherrack here, just any blocks really, this is enough for me to walk over. But an Enderman can't walk through this because they're 3 blocks high, and this is only 2.5 blocks. They can't actually walk through here. Now, they could walk under this, no problem, but they can't walk under this. So if I ring a block at this height around here, basically I'm able to walk out onto this when it's extended. So if I extend the pistons again, and I crawl back up here, I'm able to walk out onto this whenever I want. They can't walk back because there's that block in their headspace, which is clearly the ideal situation, because when I'm punching them, when they're one hit away, they're going to be dropping ender pearls, they're going to be dropping experience, and sometimes I'm going to want to walk out here and grab it. The alternative would be to have like a bunch of hoppers or something. I don't even know how I would do that. It would be way, way more iron than I want to use, so I'm already using a ton of iron as it is. I'd rather not totally kill my iron supply. So yeah, that is that. Basically now all I've got to do is start on the next pads, and those are 44 blocks up, I believe. I'm just gonna like double and triple check, because again, I really don't want to get it wrong. If we look at the Y coordinate here, I am at Y, my feet are at Y13. So I want to go up to Y57, I believe, and that'll be the location of the actual spawning pad. That'll be the location of the pressure plates, essentially. It'll be a Y, what did I say, 57? Yeah, 57. that's where the pressure plates will be that the Enderman will actually spawn on. And so what I might end up doing, I think I'll go off camera, I'll build up there. Well, I'll go and recheck some numbers. I'll go build up there and then I'll show exactly what I'm going to be doing with that and how that's going to turn out. A short while later, and here we are up on top of the system with the floor basically coming along pretty nicely. I've got the whole frame made out, and you can see that I am currently 43 blocks up from where the glass is when it's extended. When the glass is not extended, I'm 44 blocks up above the glass. So that's the difference between a one-hit kill Enderman and a dead Enderman, which is what we want. So every single one of these openings here is where an Enderman will fall through. I've been thinking about my design a little bit, and I think what I'm going to end up doing is having spawning pads on this side as well. I was going to have them all on the outer rim, but I can also have them on this inner rim, and they'll both be pointed towards these holes here. But I'll get twice as many spawns, so hopefully that works. Now, for actually building these, it's a pretty simple setup. It's not really that complex. We need repeaters, we need the sticky pistons, of course, which is really important, the redstone, and lastly, the pressure plates. So, I think that's everything I need. Pretty sure I have, okay, yeah, I'm pretty sure I'm good. We're going to have to get rid of you, so let's start with this side, I guess. It's as good as any. Question of how I want to do this. This is a little tricky. You can kill yourself pretty easy doing this, so you got to be pretty careful about how you're placing things. Okay, so basically sticky pistons go all along this top rim. After we get the pistons down, we then have to make sure that mobs can't spawn on them either. I'm pretty sure they're valid spawning areas, so I'm just going to cover them up. And we'll also have to layer down some blocks on these guys. Actually, let's not put these down quite yet. I think I'll put these on last. I'll go ahead and put these ones on. Alright, so then we need some redstone, spaced every other. And lastly, the repeaters to finish off the redstone part of this, and then we just put pressure plates down. And that's all there is to it, really. So if you step on the pressure plate, of course, the piston extends, which doesn't really do anything until... Get rid of these, and then we put in these guys. Alright, so now if any mob spawns on these pressure plates, the piston will extend and push that mob to its, presumably to its death. So that's exactly what we want from this setup. Now, the only thing I will do, additionally, is make sure that they can't get on these corners. We'll put on one more. And my dog is sniffing at me. Sorry about that. Okay, so, yeah, we want to put down these guys. This could be done differently. It doesn't really have to be done this way. I'm just going to do it like this. It really doesn't matter until I put another floor on. Then it'll matter, but I want to see how this works before I do that. So, of course, we can repeat the process. Put these guys down. Now, I had all of this set up a certain way because I thought I was going to do it that way, and then I decided not to. So I'm going to just continue to repeat the process here, and then get back to you when I'm done with that. Alright, and with this, I think I've got pretty much everything We're actually basically done at this point, which is a relief. I like being done. This has got to go. I think, yeah, I think that's pretty much everything. But we're not done. We're not ready to turn it on, basically. There's a couple more things we have to do, unfortunately. First of all, I gotta light this up to make sure any mobs don't spawn up here, which is a little easier now because I know the only places they can spawn are where these pressure plates are, so as long as I keep those lit, I'm pretty much good to go. But what we have to do now is ensure that as these guys are falling, they don't essentially break out and get all over the place. While they're falling, they won't stay in these 2x2 slots all the way down unless I build a ring for them, and I have to build a successive series of rings all the way down, and they're basically two high, I think, or 3 high. I think if you make them 3 high, they can't get through it very reliably, but I have to investigate that quickly. I'll go look up some things, and that's going to be all the way down here. But I do want to check and make sure mobs aren't spawning. It doesn't look like they are. My entity count's staying at 0. But otherwise, we are pretty close to being done. That looks nice. I do like that setup. It looks really good. Okay, so need to get some netherrack and start on the next part of our project. Alright guys, here we are. Pretty much ready to go here and actually get this thing online so it can start spawning Endermen, and we can get Endermen dropping into our system. This rim that I made was extremely tedious to build. It was a much bigger endeavor than I thought it was going to be, because it's actually 2 rings. So you can see it goes around the whole way. What I don't have done right now is basically the inner circle. So this would all be pressure plates too, assumedly, on the other side. And I just haven't done that yet. I will at some point, but I wanted to test this, make sure it works, and ideally it will. But to do that, of course, we've got to get rid of the lights so that it's dark enough for them to spawn. All my jack-o'-lanterns got to go. And then it should start spawning mobs pretty much right as soon as I get back down. I don't know how many. I don't think it'll be a whole lot. I think it'll be 1 every 10 seconds or so. But we'll see. Maybe it'll be more than I'm estimating. I think this is good. I don't think the Enderman can get out. I'm pretty sure they'll just fall to their deaths. So let's go down. So yeah, this was a lot of netherrack to build. It took me way too long. I was just sitting here. Oh, there we go. We got Enderman already falling. Oh boy. Oh ho ho. That's nice. Let's check this, our entity count. 2 entities. 3, 2, 2. That's not bad. I'm going to throw on the switch and raise the platforms. Okay, so now Endermen should drop and they should hit. And now they should be 1 hit away from death. And they are. Check that out. That sound's going to get annoying, so I'm just going to mute my sound. Oh yeah. This is pretty legit right here. Of course, I'm just going to be rolling in the experience once this thing gets running. And I can just leave it on if I wanted to and let it fill up with mobs so I don't have to keep running around and doing this repeatedly. And my inventory is quickly filling up with ender pearls, which is definitely my favorite thing about an Enderman grinder. Once you get one set up, you just start getting so many ender pearls. Oh, I've waited so long to have one of these again. Just good feels to have. Just get quite a bit of them. And of course, getting experience here is nice. So what I probably will end up doing is getting like an enchantment table down here, so I can enchant things, throw them into my uh, ender chest, and maybe just like kill myself every time I enchant. I'd come here with nothing on me and throw my stuff in there. Either that, or I could build the railway back to make it a little bit faster. The railway isn't finished quite yet. It needs some things before it's done. I think I'm missing some powered rails. I keep coming in here and forgetting things. The other thing I need to do is set up a food source. When you're punching Enderman like this, you use up a lot of food very quickly. I know in my other systems that I've had, I've definitely needed to have some sort of food growing nearby, or I could almost starve before I get back to my mainland. Especially when there's a lot more pads going. Like right now, it's kind of... Oh crap, he teleported out, didn't he? Well, that's not good. Shouldn't be doing that. Interesting. No entities. And then they just kind of stop. Here they come. I'm wondering if I should make this ceiling like a 2 high ceiling or a 3. What is it right now? It's 3 high, isn't it? Yeah, this is 3 high. I'm wondering if I should make this a 2 high ceiling, so worst case scenario, they can't pop out and try to kill me. Now, they can't teleport in here and try to kill me because clearly it won't be tall enough for them. If I maybe go like this. Of course, the only problem with that is if I do that, I can't walk up here anymore. So maybe I'll just do like the center like that. Like, let's see. If I did this, come out like this. So if I leave a one, if you leave a 1 row all the way around, so I think this way would work. Oop, too much. Do I have a pick on me? Not really. So I need to stop placing blocks incorrectly. Another trick would be to just, when I do this, use a jack-o'-lantern or use a pumpkin on my head, a BMO pumpkin. That way they can't aggro at me because I'm always killing them in one shot, and as long as I don't look at them, I'm pretty much safe. And I can look at them with the jack-o'-lantern or the pumpkin on clearly and not have a problem there. So that's maybe one idea. I don't feel like punching these guys with a pumpkin head on all the time. I really don't like wearing them, especially this texture packs version. It's kind of annoying. So probably want to stay away from that. But this might work. Might do this out of a different block. But, oh, this is going to need jack-o'-lanterns. I almost forgot. So if I go up here. Let's see, how about... What's center? Is this center? This is center line. Yeah, it is. Let's put one right here. There we go. Make sure nothing spawns up here, of course. That would not be good. I would say, in terms of building materials, if you're looking to make one of these, netherrack, if you've got a lot of it, is definitely the way to go. It's just a really nice building material. Oh, see, now this guy over here teleported away from me. He's angry at me. Some people use a water wall in order to deter the Enderman teleportation. That's an option. I'm not sure if I want to pursue that. Basically, I'd make a water wall down this, and apparently when they try to teleport through it, they get stopped. I might do some testing with one, because it wouldn't really get in my way if I did that. And it'd be kind of nice to have. Maybe like an emergency area with water would work pretty well. So I have over 3 stacks of ender pearls already, so I can start using ender pearls to get around places. I can go caving with ender pearls. I can do all sorts of things. I can make eyes of ender a lot cheaper. I don't have to go out and try to do things a lot. I try to hunt down endermen at night anymore. And probably best of all, I'm getting so much experience I can go and either enchant. Oh boy. See, he hit me right there and did 3.5 hearts of damage. That's a lot. These guys deal out some major damage. And so the last thing I want to do is be stuck in a, be out here, accidentally look at one, ignore them, and then maybe start walking back and then get killed doing that. So I might hook up the switch so that when you step off of this spawner, like it toggles a gate or a latch, and it drops all of the pistons so that they're only extended like this when I'm on the platform. So that way I can never forget that they're extended and end up in a rather bad spot. Because I don't really want this place to fill up with Endermen, especially not Endermen that I might accidentally look at and then suddenly have a whole bunch of Endermen breathing down my throat. So lots of refinements to make here, and especially things that I can just do later. Now I know I'm talking a lot. I kind of don't have anything planned for the rest of this episode, so I'm just kind of putting out some information, or putting out some thinking out loud, basically, which is not something I do. I guess I don't do that too often. Just do things and think out loud. Probably could have showed more of the construction. Ended up not doing that. Come here, you guys. I think I'll quit when I get to 30 and do an enchantment. Go back to an enchantment, that sort of thing. I'm almost there. So many ender pearls, jeez. I think that's about it. So yeah, I think I'll get to level 30 and then I'll meet you guys back at the base and we'll either find something to do or wrap the episode up. I'm not sure. Something. Okay, so I think I'm going to wrap the episode up pretty quickly here. Last couple of details to go over. First of all, we need to do a level 30 enchantment. I'm going to do it on a book. Hopefully get something pretty good. Bane of Arthropods 3. Yeah, that's my favorite enchantment. JK. Well, that's no good. That doesn't really help. Kind of a waste there. But I don't know what I can do about that. So, next thing to kind of talk about our plans. With the Enderman grinder done, that's another thing off our checklist. So, if you remember at the beginning of this season, I had this to-do list. One was the Nether overhaul, which we've done. The other one was the Enderman grinder, which we've also pretty much done. Could use some touch-ups, but so could the Nether overhaul. And the last thing is the Nether star, which means, where is it? This guy right here, actually fighting the Wither. Now, I've got a pretty good idea on how I want to do it, but I want to get some armor first. The only thing I really have is this guy, and he's not really that impressive. So I'm trying to get some books. I'll probably use my Enderman grinder to continue to enchant things. In the meantime, we've got these things now, which are great at getting around. Ouch. Gotta get used to using them again. So some feather falling boots would be nice to have at some point, I'm sure. I'm gonna kill myself with fall damage here pretty quickly. But I love ender pearls. Having them is so nice, especially if you use them, in moderation. You'll pretty much never run out. So that's about it. I think I'll end the episode here. Next time, I'll probably do some gearing up to fight the Wither. I don't know if we'll do it next episode, but getting towards that point. So once again, thank you for watching, and until next time then.